Hey church, Pastor Justin, and this is the first time that we as a church family have gone through our deacon nomination process together. And so what I want to do in this really short video and also the accompanying booklet is just give you a very brief practical guide to the deacon ministry. My goal isn't to tell you everything that the Bible says about the deacon ministry, but instead, my goal is just to present you with something helpful as you prayerfully consider nominating deacons in the life of our church. When we think about the deacon ministry, when discussing, in fact, anything important, it is extremely helpful to begin by defining key terms. Two people can seem to disagree when they actually agree, or vice versa, if they're operating under different definitions of the same term. And therefore, as I begin this brief guide to the deacon ministry, an important question to ask is, what is a deacon? And an equally important follow-up question is, what does a deacon do? While the New Testament doesn't answer these two questions exhaustively, it does give us valuable insight into their answers. But before we examine the New Testament evidence, I just want to make a couple of things clear. I want to tell you clearly what a deacon is not. Deacons are not a special class of Christian who are superior to normal church members. They don't get special perks or preferred seating like those people in the exclusive lounges at the airport. Being a deacon isn't the right of those who have been a part of the church for the longest amount of time, nor is the deacon ministry only reserved for those who are successful and professionally savvy. All of us in our church here in Dubai, we come from all around the world. And you have experienced what the deacon ministry is in a variety of different cultures. But it's important for us to see what deacons aren't, according to the Bible. When we look at the biblical evidence, the deacons are not like a board of directors in a large company, even though that is the way that they are viewed in some churches. Instead, according to the Bible, deacons are servants. The Greek word we translate as deacon, it simply means servant. In John chapter 2, when Jesus transformed water into wine at a wedding in Cana, this Greek term was used for the servants who carried the water containers. When this Greek word is used as a verb, it often refers to practical acts of service that involve meeting material needs. For instance, in Matthew 4:11, the angels came to serve Jesus' needs in the wilderness following his lengthy fast. In Matthew 8:15, after she was healed, Peter's mother-in-law got up to serve the guests in her home. In John 12:2, Martha served in the kitchen while Mary was sitting and listening at Jesus' feet. In all of these examples, the Greek word is used to refer to an act of serving someone's practical physical needs. It's sad that in some churches, deacons do not act as humble servants. Too often, deacons are viewed as those who have graduated from service, men who have been spiritually promoted to more important matters than caring for the physical needs of those within the church. But when we look at the Bible, selfless service is the essence of spiritual leadership. That's the very point Jesus repeatedly tried to get his disciples to grasp as they argued about who was the greatest. Service isn't a burden that leaders escape within the church. It is a privilege that leaders embrace. So what is a deacon? After looking at the way the New Testament uses the word group, we can conclude that a deacon is simply a servant who meets the practical physical needs of those within the church.